Welcome to the old house, a rotten building just behind the Baker home. As if the horrors you've experienced weren't enough, the old house has even more in store for you. Its fenced-in bridge is littered with dolls, a sample of the demented psychology of the inhabitant within the old house itself. The Baker home is rotting from the inside with mold, but this building is being overrun with elements from the outdoors. Insects. The pulsating eggs that have taken over each room emit hordes of insects. The insects do not act alone. As you move your way through the old house, a message on the wall written in blood reads, "She's upstairs. Don't go up." You quickly find out who she is.
Fucking shitcock! Show yourself! All right, you piece of shit! I've had about enough of you!
Increased hostility and vile language works well with the deranged senior woman who does not want anyone near the old house. But do not let appearances fool you, for there is more than meets the eye. You first meet Marguerite in, ironically, a relaxed setting. She serves you dinner along with her family, the Bakers, and implores you to finish your food. At first glance, this family is comprised of lunatics that only want to kill, but something even more obscure is happening behind the curtain. Reading a journal that Marguerite left behind gives us a unique look into Marguerite as she was in the past, and a detailed summary of her transition into the horrifying monster she has become. It all began around October 11th, as a child who had been abandoned came into Jack and Marguerite's home. The very first journal entry reads, "My ears have been ringing all day and I haven't been able to sleep since the child showed up. It's like Zoe says, there's something strange about the child." Marguerite's estranged daughter Zoe was correct in her suspicions of the child, because the child would eventually infect the Bakers with the virus, and through mind control, have them do as the child pleases. Zoe is the only Baker that had not been infected fully by the child, and warns the player how dangerous her mother has become.
I just hope you can handle my mother.
Your mother?
Be careful. They'll be looking for you.
On October 15th, Marguerite's symptoms had worsened. Her journal entry reads, "I'm seeing things, hearing things. I can't stop feeling nauseous. I went to see the doctor in town and he gave me an x-ray. What's happening to me?" Eventually on October 23rd, it was over. Marguerite had been taken away. As a cryptic journal entry reads, "The child gave me a present." Her transition had only taken 12 days, from October 11th to October 23rd. The Bakers had been infected with a virus that gives them terrifying human abilities. Marguerite's ability gives her the control over swarms of insects to do as she pleases by using a lamp and pointing it in a certain direction. This was the so-called gift that the mysterious child had given her. It's obvious that it was too late for Marguerite to be cured, but there was still hope for the main protagonists. Zoe tells the player of the location of the cure, and strangely enough, it's being hidden by Marguerite herself.
We need the serum. It should clear whatever this stuff is out of the body. As long as you're not too far gone. I have a feeling my mother has hidden some inside the old house somewhere.
So if we get this thing, I can help Mia and we can get out of here?
Right. And so can I.
Zoe has been trying to leave the Baker home and get cured for quite some time, as Marguerite knows of her many failed attempts to find the cure within the old house. A note from Marguerite to Zoe reads, "Zoe, you tried to sneak up to the second floor again, didn't you? Did you think I wouldn't notice? You think your father and I are idiots, you spoiled, pathetic child. I wish you'd never been born. unforgivably pathetic, yet always looking down on us and trying to leave our home after everything we've done for you. Marguerite does not want Zoe or anyone to leave the Baker home. She gets fed up with the player's progress and finally snaps.
I told you to stay out of here! All right, you little cocksucker, let's get down to business. Eat well, my pretties! You're gonna die in this hole, and you're gonna like it! It's mine! It's mine!
Although Marguerite had been defeated and the player succeeded in getting the blueprints for the cure, the fight was far from over. A path filled with a yellow substance leads to an underground tunnel. Insects are left behind as the path goes on. It leads to a ladder, and upon climbing it, you reach the greenhouse. The greenhouse is full of overgrown agriculture. It's no different from any of the other buildings within the Baker home. You are still the prey, and the predator waits. Marguerite has fully transformed into something unimaginably horrifying. All her extremities have become elongated. She crawls on all fours, on walls, ceilings, and on the floor. When Marguerite stands up, she's reached a new height and bulks over the player. She chases you down and is almost always aware of where the player is. Upon further inspection, the absolutely disgusting view under her skirt is comprised of a bulge filled with insects. With enough wit and courage, Marguerite will meet her end and disintegrate into pieces of debris. The mission is complete. You found the blueprint for the cure, and Marguerite has been destroyed. Along Marguerite was once a stable human being, a mother to 2 children and a wife. The fact that Marguerite's life was destroyed by a child gives me the impression that Marguerite must have had a pure love for children, so much so that she had let her guard down. Overall, Marguerite Baker has become one of the most memorable villains in Resident Evil history, and certainly one of the most grotesque ones in design.
Do you think Marguerite is still alive? Make sure you comment down below and subscribe today to be a samurai. Let's see more about Resident Evil 7, shall we? Until next time, my brothers and sisters.